Hi, in this class we will see how we can calculate the value of annuities and perpetuities. And what is this? In several financial assets you have a lot of cash flows that are paid in a fixed frequency with a fixed amount. So if you want to find the value of those assets, you have to discount all those cash flows to the present. We will see how to do this in just one formula. Let's take as an example a contract that pays 100 every single year across 3 years. So let's draw here the timeline. Year 1, year 2, and year 3. And what we know is that every single year there will be a payment of 100. And let's say that the interest rate is 10%. We will need this. The present value of this will be the sum of all these cash flows discounted to the present. So we go to the first one and discount this, and we know already that to get the present value of that cash flow, we divide by 1 plus the interest rate to the power of 1, because it's just 1 year. Then we have the second cash flow that has to be discounted for 2 years, 100 divided by 1 plus 10% to the power of 2. And finally, the third cash flow will be received in 3 years, so we have to discount it for 3 years. Okay, if we do this, we will have the value of this annuity. It is 248.69. This is an annuity. It is a stream of cash flows that are constant, paid in a fixed frequency and for a limited number of years. But now imagine that instead of 3 years, we have 4 years, 5, and so on up to year N. So it's not only 3 years, it's a lot more than 3 years. If you do this like this, you discount individually, you would have to make N calculations, 1 for each cash flow. And that's why we need a formula. And now we will look at the annuity formula. The annuity formula will be equal to this: cash flow divided by R times 1 minus 1 plus R to the power of N. And this is the annuity formula. As long as you have a stream of constant cash flows for N years, you just apply this formula and you will get the same result as you would have if you discounted it individually. So if you apply this formula, if you use this formula with those numbers, so 100 with a 10% discount rate, and you have 3 periods, you would have exactly the same result. So what is the advantage of this is that we just use one calculation. We don't have to go through every single cash flows. Particularly if you have 50 cash flows instead of 3, you would just substitute here 3 by 50. And then there is also the limit case, which is a perpetuity, which is a similar thing, which is also a stream of cash flows that are constant, paid in a fixed frequency, but instead of being for a limited number of years, it is for an infinite number of years. And in that case, if you have perpetual cash flows, the value of that perpetuity is simply cash flow divided by R, the discount rate. And if with these two formulas, you would save a lot of time that you would use if you had to discount individually all the cash flows.